Investiture of the Gods, Chapter 69.
We're looking at Golden Rooster Ridge, Jinjiling. This is where Jiang Ziya's Zhou army hits, well, a major roadblock.
The 36th and final big force standing in their way, and it's led by this general, Xuan, who they haven't really encountered before.
Exactly, and Jiang Ziya, he does his calculations, and he realizes this one's going to be tough, really costly.
So the stakes are incredibly high from the get-go.
They are, and the opening poem in this section of the text, it really lays it out. It's just Xuan is acting against heaven, Nietzsche.
By siding with the Shang, right.
Right, and it even foreshadows his fate, calls him a future disciple of the West, a Shifanjin too.
Okay, so the text is telling us up front, this guy is so formidable, his destiny involves being shifted to a whole different cosmic team later on.
Pretty much. That's the mystery we want to unpack today. What kind of power requires that kind of narrative intervention?
Let's start with the first clashes then. Because initially, it looks like maybe the Zhu have got this. Shang sends out their vanguard, Cheng Gang.
Yang Ziya counters with Huang Tianhua, Huang Feihu's son, a capable warrior.
And they fight, 30 rounds? Pretty standard stuff for this epic.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
It's a solid fight. But then Huang Tianhua pulls a classic Zhu move.
The feigned retreat.
Yep. He pretends to run, Cheng Gang chases, and Ban Huang Tianhua whips out his hidden weapon, the fire dragon spike Hulong Biao.
Instant kill. The source even gives this a vivid description, something about divine light.
Yeah, the golden spike radiates divine light, sending the victim to eternal rest, unaware of death. Clean, efficient, uses that artifact advantage.
So, looks like another win for the Zhu playbook.
But here's where it gets interesting. A tiny detail. When Jiang Ziya goes to, officially record the victory, the show gong, his writing brush snaps, the tip breaks right off.
Huh. Okay, why is a broken brush a big deal? Seems kind of random.
In Fengxian Yanyi, almost nothing's random. Little omens like this often carry weight. It suggests maybe this victory isn't as straightforward as it seems, or that this kind of victory, well, it's got limits. It's a subtle warning.
A warning they kind of ignore, because the next fight follows a similar pattern. Shang sends Sun He.
And Zhu sends Wu Ji, the former woodcutter Jiang Ziya trained.
Right, and Sun, he tries some trash talk, mocks them as the fisherman and the woodcutter discussing.
Yeah, try to play mind games. But Wu Ji is skilled thanks to Jiang Ziya's training, especially that divine outghost in spear technique.
So another fight, another 30 rounds.
And another feigned retreat.
Yeah.
Wu Ji pulls the Zaba Airtail Sun. He falls for it, gets cocky.
And Wu Ji nails him with a surprise revolving spear, the Huima Kuang. Another kill for the Zhu.
2 vanguards down. Seems like the Zhu strategy is working perfectly. Skill plus artifacts plus tactics.
But what's Xuan's reaction to losing 2 generals back-to-back? He must be worried now, right?
Not even slightly. That's the chilling part. He hears about Cheng Gang and Sun He, and his reaction is just nothing. He basically says they were incompetent.
Wow. So he doesn't see it as Zhou's strength, but as his own officer's weakness.
Exactly. It tells you he thinks he's playing a completely different game. Their sophisticated tactics, their powerful artifacts, irrelevant in his view. He operates on another level.
Okay, that sets a pretty ominous tone. So he's up next.
Shang sends Gao Jineng, and now Zhu escalates too. They send in Neza.
Neza, the heavy hitter. Windfire wheels, cosmic powers. This should be different.
It is. Gao Jineng even knows Neza's reputation, acknowledges his Dao techniques are exceptional. The fight is described as non-ordinary Fei Shi Deng Xian. It's a real mystical battle.
So what happens? Does Neza just overwhelm him?
Almost. Gao Jineng tries to retreat and use his own artifact, this centipede bag Wufeng Dai.
But Neza's faster.
Much faster. He throws his cosmic ring, the Qin Kun Quan. Powerful artifact.
Hits him.
Yep, right in the shoulder. Forces Gao Jineng to retreat. But, and this is key, it's not a kill.
Okay, so Neza is probably annoyed, right? He likes clean victories.
He is. The text says he's annoyed in his heart since he are now out. But the really important thing is what Xuan does next.
What's that?
He steps in and gives Gao Jineng elixir medicine Danyao. And the wound heals instantly. Li Shi Kuan Yu.
Whoa. Instant magical healing.
Exactly. This changes everything. It's not just about fighting skill or even individual magic items anymore. Xuan's side has, advanced alchemical support. They can just undo battle damage on the fly.
That's a game changer. The Zhu are fighting an opponent with a whole support system they can't match.
Precisely. It's the third big warning sign. Conventional tactics, artifact duels, even powerful individual magic.
Yeah.
None of it might be enough.
So Xuan finally decides he has to handle this himself.
He does. Leads his forces out. Zhang Ziya confronts him, takes one look, and immediately senses this guy is vastly different. Lady Dopaton.
In the description, you mentioned it was striking.
It really is. Golden armor, riding this fiery red horse. But behind him, 5 streaks of intense light, just glowing. Blue, yellow, red, white, and black. King, Huang, Qi, Bai.
5 colors? That sounds significant, like elemental.
That's clearly the implication.
Yeah.
It's not just decoration. This is the source of his power. But before they fight, they have this brief, sharp debate.
About politics. Loyalty versus the mandate of heaven.
Pretty much. Xuan makes the case for loyalty to Shang, the established dynasty. Zhang Ziya counters the whole heaven's mandate has shifted. King Zhu is a tyrant. We're punishing him on behalf of heaven argument.
Standard justification for rebellion, basically.
And Xuan isn't buying it. He calls it filthy words, Wu Zian, manipulative rhetoric. For him, loyalty seems absolute. Then he just attacks.
Okay, here we go. Who tries to stop him first?
Hang Jin, one of the Zhu generals. And he tries to use a pretty potent magical escape technique, the Banner Gate escape, Kiman Dun. This is supposed to be a reliable way out.
And Xuan.
He just laughs it off, calls it a grain of rice pearl, asking what splendor does it have. Milizizu yovihi guankai. Total contempt for their magic.
So what's he do?
He doesn't even really do anything complicated. He just deploys the yellow light from behind him, the Huangguang.
And it hits Hong Jin.
It just brushes him.
Yeah.
And Hong Jin disappears. Gone. The text says, without impact, Hao Ying Shan. Like ash thrown into the sea. Shawi Tur Dahaizi Zong. Only his horse is left standing there.
Just erased.
Nullified. That's the word. The Zhou commanders are just standing there, dumbfounded, Muding Kudai. This isn't combat anymore. It's like reality itself is being rewritten.
Okay, that's terrifying. Their best escape magic is useless.
Utterly useless. So Zhang Ziya knows the situation is desperate. He fights Xuan himself for maybe 15 or 16 rounds. Probably just testing the waters, feeling the immense gap in power.
And then he uses his ultimate weapon.
He has to. He throws the god-beating whip, the Dashen Bien.
And you have to understand, this isn't just a powerful weapon. It's an artifact of cosmic law, right?
Yeah.
Given by the heavens to discipline gods and spirits.
Exactly. If anything should work on a being this powerful, it's the god-beating whip. It represents heavenly authority.
So what happens when he throws it?
Poof. Gone. The red light, the Qiguang, flashes out from Xuan. It just absorbs the whip, swallows it whole.
Absorbs it.
Yeah, the source says it vanished like a stone thrown into water. Sishi Tushi. No effect. No resistance. Just gone.
The ultimate weapon of heavenly justice just disappear.
Instantly. And that's the moment Zhang Ziya knows it's over for now. He doesn't hesitate. Orders a full retreat immediately.
Because what else can you do? Your best tactics failed, your best warriors were injured or nullified, and your ultimate divine weapon got eaten.
There's nothing left in the Zhu arsenal, it seems. Xuan's power, rooted in those 5 colors, those fundamental elements, just bypasses everything they have. Skill, artifacts, magic, even cosmic law. None of it touches him.
So this confirms Zhang Ziya's initial fear. This 36th army, led by Xuan, wasn't just another challenge. It was something elemental, foundational.
Absolutely. The Zhu rely on potent, often crafted tools and divine skills. Xuan seems to wield the underlying principles of reality itself. Those 5 lights represent the core elements, the wuxing perhaps.
Which brings us back to that opening poem, this seemingly invincible power, based on the literal building blocks of their world, is somehow destined to be overcome, or at least converted.
Right. He's fated to join the Western faith, which in this context usually points towards Buddhism. Okay, so the stakes are incredibly high. And the immediate problem, it's not just some tough general, it's Xuan and his
signature ability, yeah.
the 5 colored light.
Which sounds terrifying. The sources link it to the 5 elements, right? Wood, fire, earth, metal, water, the whole set. Which basically means he can counter almost anything you throw at him. Conventional attacks, magical ones.
Making him seem, well, almost invincible.
Pretty much. And he's already used it to capture General Hong Jin. So Zhang Ziya is stuck, completely paralyzed, strategically speaking.
So a direct fight is out.
Suicide, basically. A daylight assault. Forget it. Xuan can just, flash a light and neutralize whoever's coming.
Which leads Ziya to a classic move for someone cornered.
The Night Raid. Zhang. Try and use the chaos, the darkness, the Ignijian, as they call it.
hoping maybe Surprise can get past that weird light shield.
It's a gamble. He sets up a three-pronged attack, tries to hit them from multiple angles at once.
Okay, so who goes where?
Neza attacks the main camp. Huang Tianhui takes the left flank.
And Lei Zhenzi.
Lei Zhenzi hits the right flank.
Okay, but hang on. Given how powerful Kong Xuan is supposed to be, and this sort of mystical insight he seems to possess, was a night raid really a smart idea?
Or just wishful thinking? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the source material is fascinating here. Because Kong Xuan wasn't just ready for them.
He knew.
He knew. Specifically, the text says he used divination. Gazi Xuan knew the whole deployment plan.
Wow, so this isn't just good generalship. It's like fate, magic.
Something beyond normal intelligence, definitely. He wasn't scrambling to react, he was waiting.
He literally set up ambushes.
The perfect ambushes. Gao Jineng waiting in the left camp, Zhu Xin in the right, specifically assigned.
And the source mentions he was actually disappointed.
Yeah, a bit of psychological warfare, maybe. He apparently regretted that Zhui himself didn't lead the charge. Like he was ready to take down the whole command structure right there.
That's some serious confidence.
Or arrogance.
Next level hubris, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see how it plays out. Over on the right flank, Lei Zhenzi charges in.
Meets Zhu Xin.
Right. And it's chaotic. It's night. Lei Zhenzi, who's known for his raw power, manages to land this killer blow with his club.
So, one success. An early success, yeah. But it's gruesome. The source is very specific, talks about hitting the skull, brain matter spilling out.
Yikes. Okay. But a dead enemy general.
Momentary win. But then Lei Zhenzi may be feeling a bit too confident after that.
Heads for the main camp.
Heads towards Kong Xuan. Bad move. Kong Xuan just waits, deploys the yellow light.
Which must counter Lei Zhenzi somehow.
Presumably, yeah, matched to his element, or his weapon, maybe. And poof! Instantly neutralized. Captured.
Gone. Just like that.
Imprisoned in the rear camp. Now, Neza sees this happen.
Sees the light take out Lei Zhenzi. He must realize it's hopeless.
Exactly. He tries to pull back, get out of there, but he's too slow.
Kong Xuan gets him too.
Unleashes the white light this time. Neza's captured as well.
Oh, man. So two of Zia's biggest supernatural hitters.
Gone. Captured. Imprisoned. The strike hasn't just failed, it's backfired spectacularly.
So the tally for that part of the raid is one enemy general dead, but two major heroes lost.
A definite net loss. And it gets worse. The real tragedy, the one that really forces Zia's hand politically, happens on the left flank.
With Huang Tianhui.
Yeah. His death is the tipping point.
He was supposed to be good at night fighting, wasn't he? The source description of his hammers is pretty intense.
Like meteors not touching the ground.
Yeah.
Incredibly skilled, a blur of motion. He charges the left camp, takes on Gao Jineng.
They fight hard.
Fiercely, yeah. But turns out night fighting skill doesn't matter much against Gao Jineng's specific trick.
Ah, so Gao Jineng wasn't just trying to fight him head on.
Nope. Setting a lure, he fakes a retreat, a classic move.
And Tianhui falls for it.
Pursues him, eagerly, the text says, on his mount, the Jade Cullen. And that pursuit, that enthusiasm, well,
seals his fate. What does Gao Jineng do?
This is where we see that specialized anti-hero tech. Gao Jineng isn't using Kong Xuan's light. He's got his own nasty piece of work.
The centipede pouch. Wu Feng Dai.
That's the one. And it's clever, or maybe just cruel. He doesn't target Huang Tianhui directly.
He goes to the mount. The Keelan.
Exactly. Unleashes the swarm of centipedes, maybe wasps too, the text says, like flying locusts. Just this thick, horrible cloud.
No mind's good.
They sting the Kulin's eye. The animal freaks out naturally, bucks violently.
That was Huang Tianhui.
Throws him right off the saddle. Simple physics, really, triggered by this specific magic. And in that moment of vulnerability,
Gao Jineng takes his shot.
Spear thrust to the flank, fatal. Huang Tianhui is killed.
Wow. Just undone by bugs attacking his right.
It's brutal, and the narrative summary afterwards is really quite moving. His soul goes straight to the Investiture platform, so he's recognized as a hero.
But the irony.
The deep irony, yeah. He'd had this huge success earlier, breaking the 4 Heavenly Kings. But here, at this crucial moment, he dies without taking, and the text is specific, an inch of land for the new dynasty.
The failure is absolute. The campaign is stalled. The cost is just immense.
Devastating. You can imagine the mood back in the Western camp. 3 top generals gone in one disastrous night. Zia is stunned.
And Huang Tianhui's father, Huang Feihu.
Yeah.
He must be beside himself.
Utterly consumed by grief and rage. The text mentions him lamenting his son's extraordinary talent being rendered useless. It's just raw despair. Strategic paralysis, emotional paralysis.
Yeah, the whole effort feels like it's crumbling.
But this is the moment, right? Crisis forces change. General Nan Gongxi steps up.
With an idea.
With a very specific idea, not just, let's fight harder. He says they need to recruit Chang Heihu from Chongqing.
Why him? Is he just another powerful warrior?
He's known for one specific thing. He supposedly knows how to break the exact technique that killed Tianhua.
The left path centipede technique.
That's the one. So he's the specialist counter they desperately need.
Okay, so Hong Feihu, Tianhua's father, he must jump at this chance. For revenge, if nothing else.
Instantly agrees. Driven by grief, vengeance, and the knowledge that they need specialized help, he sets off immediately for Chongqing.
And this recruitment trip turns into something bigger.
Much bigger. Almost accidentally, it feels like. On his way, Feihu gets to Fifing Mountain and stumbles upon 3 other generals.
Doing what?
Fighting each other. For fun. Wen Pin, Kui Ying, and Zhang Zheng.
Seriously. Fighting for recreation.
Yeah, the source has this great line. They were using slang as play, yisha weio. Basically, powerful guys, probably bored, keeping their skills sharp by wailing on each other.
Incredible. Idle power just sitting there.
Exactly the kind of power the Western Zoo campaign needs to tap into. And Feihu's arrival turns this recreational brawl into a pivotal meeting.
This is where the 5 Peaks idea comes from.
Right. The source explicitly frames it this way. This meeting forms the basis of this new, crucial command structure.
Okay, let's map that out. It sounds like more than just getting allies. It's about organization.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Huang Feihu becomes the East Peak, Wen, the West Peak. Kui Ying is Central Peak, Zhang Zheng is North Peak.
And Chang Heihu, the guy they were going to get anyway.
He'll be the South Peak once they convince him. It formalizes regional power under one banner, tied to Zia's cause.
That's actually kind of brilliant. It takes these independent regional lords.
Powerful, maybe somewhat autonomous figures.
And gives them a formal place, a shared goal, a hierarchy within the campaign. Much better than just hoping heroes show up one by one.
It's a major upgrade in strategic organization. But there's a slight hitch.
Getting Chang Heihu on board.
Yeah, Wen Pin worries. He thinks Chang Heihu might be too focused on his own plans, marching on Chentang Pass. Will he drop that for Zia's stalled fight?
Makes sense. Why should he divert his forces?
Queen makes the pragmatic case. He basically says, look, helping Zia now doesn't actually derail anything.
How so?
Because everyone has to wait for King Wu at Mingjin anyway to meet up with all the other feudal lords for the big push.
Ah, so there's a built-in pause in the larger campaign.
Exactly. Taking out Kong Huan and Go Jineng now is just efficient use of time, a necessary detour that won't cost them in the long run.
Clever argument. Does it work?
Instantly. Heihu agrees. He arranges for his son, Changying Luan, to manage things locally.
And he leaves immediately with Feihu and the others.
Departs right away with the newly formed, 4/5 of the 5 Peaks.
Okay, so the alliance is forged, born from failure, fueled by vengeance and pragmatism. They head back to Zia's main camp, ready for round 2.
Ready for war. Only to find a crisis of confidence brewing right at the top.
Not Zia again.
King Wu himself, the leader.
Oh, wow. What's his issue?
He's completely discouraged. The losses, the setback at Jinjiling has shaken him badly. He actually suggests they should just pull back.
Retreat after coming this far.
Retreat and cultivate virtue, Zixi Jinde. Wait for a better time. He literally says he thinks heaven's will is not yet satisfied.
Whoa, that's huge. The leader of the whole revolution basically saying, maybe destiny isn't on our side right now. Let's just wait.
It's a potential campaign killer right there. A moment of real political danger if the king loses faith.
Who steps up? Someone has to push back.
Chang Heihu does. The new arrival. He gives the vital correction, the moral boost they need.
What does he say?
He argues strongly against retreat, calls Kong Huan basically a minor annoyance, a scabies or minor ailment, Jiezun Zibei, not a sign from heaven, just an obstacle to overcome.
I like that. Don't inflate the problem into some cosmic sign.
Exactly, and he makes this powerful point. The tyrant's time is over. The opportunity is now. It must not be lost, Shize Bukishi.
Seize the moment. Don't wait for heaven. Make your own fate.
It's a powerful argument for action over passivity, and it works. It rallies everyone.
Rescues the campaign's momentum.
Absolutely. So the 5 Peaks, now unified in purpose, driven by duty, vengeance, and this renewed certainty, they take the field.
Going straight for Gao Jining, the guy with the centipedes.
Zhang Heihu, Wenpin, Kui Ying, Jiang Shang, they challenge him directly.
And Huang Feihu.
He's right there with them. No longer just the grieving father, though surely that fuels him. He's the general of the East Peak.
Declares he's there to get the killer of his son.
You got it. So that failed night raid, that disaster, it's led directly to this moment. A consolidated, unified force ready for a focused confrontation.
The story sets it up perfectly, right? The 5 peaks surrounding Gao Jining.
Who the text calls the Black Killer. Sets the stage for the next big clash.